et cetera. It's the first responder that shows up at the sign. It's constant, again, kind of like the ground troops is constantly patrolling and looking for viruses, bacteria, et cetera, that it can come and engulf. And so you'll notice that all of these cells, the dendritic cells, the neutrophils, the eosinophils, basophils, and the macrophage in particular can engulf and eat things up. And it recognizes about 1,000 different patterns of something that is not self and that it needs to go after. So these are your, what we think about our white cells, our neutrophils, our eosinophils, our basophils, our lymphoid cells. Our mast cells are in this particular grouping is really part of the innate immune system. And then you have the adaptive immune system, and that of course is our B and T cells. So this is what's developed over time in response to being presented with lots of different antigens. And we can still survive if we don't have it, but it's very specific, and it gets triggered and responds depending on what the innate immune system is presenting to it. And it can recognize and respond to over to 10 million patterns because it's again a lot more specific. But when we're teaching this, particularly to lay audiences, we talk about you have the ground troops and the special forces. So you have the T and B cells are their special forces, which identify very specifically whatever they're going after. So we're going to focus a lot on T cells and T cell polarization, and then how TGF beta is one of the cytokines being produced, and how it can have both pro-inflammatory and pro-fibrotic healing properties, as well as very damaging ones. So I'm going to let, oh yeah. So again, a little refresher for those of you guys who don't know this or don't remember or never learned it. But here what we're presenting is that you have one of the, for example, eosinophil or basophil identifying an antigen, eating it up, and then the macrophage comes along and eats up the eosinophils and engulfs that, and then it ends up presenting little pieces of it, of that whatever that antigen is, to the naive T cells, which are found in the lymph system and in the thymus, where it's going to mature.